Hi, everybody. Welcome to your Saturday night. I am your Saturday night, and guess what we're doing? We're painting. I'm pretty sure you could probably guess that because it is art night. That's what we do. We get together on Saturday nights and we paint or we draw or we make artwork in general. I already actually have a bunch of paint on my palette and I have some brushes ready. And I'm not going to really sit and wait too long. I am going to talk to you. I have a lot of paint. Um, but I have a lot to do. So I'm going to get right into it using a 1-inch flat brush, trying to start creating something in my mind. Now, I have no guarantee that this is going to come out the way I intend, but do you know what I do have? I have a belief that it might. It was absolutely wonderful. Thank you for joining us. I hope that you also had a wonderful Thanksgiving. But say the words. What words? I'm confused. Oh, hold on. And a deliciously edibly taste scrumptious. Okay, hold on. I had a delectable, scrumptiously, deliciously, edibly tasty, good Thanksgiving. Is that what you mean? We'll find out. Maybe. Maybe that's. Maybe that's what it was supposed to be. And if it wasn't, it's okay. Because, well, we're gonna find out as we go. But yeah, I'm just kind of You are welcome. You are welcome. I'm jumping in here and I'm getting started right away on a painting. Not gonna really sit and wait. It just sounds like cats made mischief out in the other room. Part of me wants to check to make sure they haven't broken anything. Oh, I'm gonna trust them though. We only have to trust them for a few minutes, right? Just a few. They can be good for a few minutes. Maybe. Honestly, they probably can't. But, you know, that happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. Sometimes that's the way it goes. They can't be good all the time. But I'm getting started right away on building up what is going to be my painting. You know, I can try, but they're going to do what they're going to do. Just realized with my positioning here, I'm going to have to change a couple of things. But that's okay. I mean, this is kind of to be expected as I move along and start creating this design. I'm sketching everything in again. Thank you kindly. Sketching everything in again to get us started. It's probably going to be a little bit to make sure things look right. But that's, again, it's part of the whole deal. You can't just make things perfect instantaneously. I wish I could. That would be awesome. You know, if I could just have everything come out exactly how I want it immediately, that would be absolutely wonderful. But it's going to take a little bit of work and sketching in these lines. Wrong colored. Well, they're not wrong colored. They just need to be redone. They need to be redone. That's the way it goes sometimes.
So I can actually see here because of the way some of that turned out. So there we go. Making some adjustments as I move forward, because that is what you do. When it comes to certain kinds of art, I really have to trust myself that I'm going to get it right. I mean, and there's no guarantee I will, but gotta trust myself. Have to trust in my own process and my ability to get things to look right. Now, sometimes things do not go as planned, but occasionally, we get things exactly as they're supposed to be. Exactly and precisely as they are supposed to be.
Is this R rated? Of course not. We're at best a PG 13.
At best, no, at worst. At worst, a PG 13. Not at best.
No, definitely 13.
And like many things, oftentimes, it requires a little bit of play. A little bit of play and a little bit of trying to figure out the angles, the shapes, the means by
Which everything is going to come along. I'd say, all in all,
doing pretty good right now. Or at least I'm doing better than I could be. little step by steps here. Little step by step.
Some of this I already can see, like, where I'm going to go wrong, where I'm going to go right, where I'll need to make improvements as I continue forward. Gonna get stylized for some of it. And definitely going to avoid too much overt realism. This is not going to be something that I'm going to spend a lot of time trying to be really realistic on. Nope. Gonna have fun. I mean, that's sometimes just so much more important. Fun is much more important than realism. I guess that's the theme we're going to go with for today. Fun's more important than realism.
You know, but hey, that's not bad either. So, let's continue on. Some of this is going to be a little hard to see for a minute. But if I don't start doing certain work now, it's never really going to get done. So that is exactly what I'm doing. Doing a little bit of work now to make sure that it gets done later. Or to make sure that it is done and I don't have to think about it later. Using another flat brush for this. It goes without saying that there's some aspects of art which are less interesting than others. But I guess it also goes without saying that there's some parts of art that don't get shown as much as others. It's gonna be people, and that's what they're doing. Because sometimes that's the painting. And in this case, that's the painting. We're going to have people enjoying one another's company in a very particular manner. But it's going to take a little while to get there. Right now, all we have is the sketch. All we have is the rough form before we get to the concept. No, this is not actually real people. In general, I don't really do a lot of real people. We have a lot of characters, a lot of fake people, but very rarely are there any real people involved. That's usually the best way to go anyway. As long as you have a guide for shape and anatomy, you are good to go. But it also makes the paintings better. Let's be fair. Fantasies are always better than reality. Because reality provides us with a ton of stuff. Like, just so much. And we need to escape it. We need to escape and get away from it. There we go. Oh no. We're just providing shadow. Almost all shadow is best to be done in dark blues before you reach anything heavier. And if you don't provide tone or otherwise to a piece, it gets a little flat. It becomes very flat. And that is not what we want in the least. So some of this coloration, that's pretty much the purpose, to provide us with a tone before we get too far in. So, getting these kind of cools and lights on to begin with, the blues for what will be shadows, more warmer colors, like in this case this orange, for where there's going to be more draw to the eye and light. Right now it's just going to be a mess, but that's what happens. That's what we get sometimes. We got to start with a mess. Start with a mess to help sell what you're doing later. So mixing some blues, browns, and oranges over here, again providing some initial coloration, but also kind of getting tone established early on. I don't want too much of everything, but some of these are definitely going to give me a better final product. Better final product. I got a little bit thick here, a couple spots, so let's pull back. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't move my camera. I gave it a little bump. Hopefully I didn't move it. But, you know, just getting in here, building. You gotta do some building here and there.
cerulean blue really quick. Gonna end up leaning in on some of these shapes early on. Creating some of what will be a future design here, which is not yet evident, but will be there. It will be there eventually. But until it is, gotta dig in. A little bit of digging. Dig, dig, dig. All right. Things like this are just enjoyable. They take a little more time. They require certain elements to be added in. I don't know. I just enjoy stuff like this. There's a lot of different types of painting that I really enjoy. And amongst those different kinds of painting, I mean, some of it is just, I don't know, I won't say basic so much as not necessarily I'm going to think of that word later. I'm not going to think of it now because I don't feel like it. But I'm going to start to build in some more areas. Building. Lots of building. I really will have to, I don't know, have some thoughts here in a little bit. And I will, but I don't know. Right now, no thoughts. No thoughts, head empty. We'll get there. But you can already see places that I'm going to have to sketch on top of. Not just sketch on top of, but, I don't know, get a little more definition here. We'll go a little bit by bit, piece by piece as we go.
piece by piece as we go. Where did I put my yellow? Ooh. Forgot to put my yellow on there. When I finally get it and I grab it, it just makes a big squirt. Oh, that paint's almost dead. That's why. Sometimes your acrylic paints can just decide they don't want to work with you anymore. Yeah, happens. Happens. We're going to do our best to work with it anyway. It's too bad, too. I really like this bright yellow. Liked a lot, actually. But sometimes the things we like just say, no, I'm done. I'm done. And that is okay. Well, it will be okay as we move along. As we move along. Continuing to create kind of a, I won't say dynamic, but no. I don't have words. I don't have the words I want to use today. I don't have any of the words I want to use. They're gone. What am I going to do with that? Huh? I don't know. We're going to keep going, though, as I keep building up the initial portions of what this is going to be. It'll all get there. Each and every happy little piece. I already see some spots that I know I'm going to have to fix.
But that is okay.
Definitely is part of how it goes. So we're going to have a few stages in here. I know sometimes these paintings, ultimately they get finished off camera or in multiple streams, which is not ideal, but depending on how much has to be done on a single piece, you know, it's like, hey, do I make people watch 6 hours of video? Or do we skip to the good parts? It's a hard question sometimes, like a legitimately difficult question to answer. Well, sometimes I get really lucky and I'm able to like finish these all more or less in one go. But here I can see like some spots where I'm like, oh no, what have I done? So there's gonna be a lot of in between phases, and that's art. That's life. That's definitely the way it goes. With a bunch of in between phases and a lot of additional steps. But we're already getting to not a good place, but like, oh, I can see where the next place is going to be. Or where it could be. Oh. Hopefully I'm not breathing directly into the microphone. I just thought, oh no, am I breathing directly into the microphone while I do this? Certainly hope not. I might be. I mean, it's entirely possible. I'm not gonna worry about it at the moment, but I'm gonna acknowledge that I could be. And because I could be, woo, I see some areas that I'm already fixing. I know I'm gonna have to fix these. Since I'm not yet in a good, like, ending area, it's fine. Like, just add things in. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna have a bunch of fun stuff going on soon. So why not just embrace that that's what it is?
Yeah, this is fun. Honestly, I'm already feeling like I just don't even care about the style I was starting with, and now I just want to explore where I am right now. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start getting playful. I'm going to start getting fun. Sometimes I get overly serious and I forget, like, that's what we're doing. We're having fun. And that's actually what I started to do here. I started to forget that's what I'm doing, is having fun. And we most certainly cannot be doing that. Like, why in the world would I want to forget that, like, that's the main goal of art for me, is having fun? I already have too many things that I'm just, like, overly serious about. So, let's say a pish posh on that. And get back to what I enjoy. There we go. Yep. Here we are getting right back into the meat and the enjoyment of art. I'm going to give this 2 seconds before I jump back on it. There are some things that I admit I take way too seriously. And that's not to say that we shouldn't be serious in life, but we shouldn't be only serious in our lives.
I'm definitely not being only serious right now.
Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. Alright, what I now need is a little more white um, to maintain the kind of style I have this in. I'm going to try to keep certain things like over saturated and others like really undersaturated. A really good way for me to do that is this right here. Just like too much white paint on some of these surfaces. Oh no, what did I do? Well, I guess we're going with it. I did not mean to do that, but that's not what we're doing. And that's okay. Because sometimes you make a mistake, and then you gotta go with your whoopsie. And it's okay. It's okay. See, this is one of the reasons that I'm slowly pulling away from a lot of the alla prima painting I've been doing. Because we can have moments like this where I just completely and totally, what's the word I'm looking for? Bork what I was doing. Which is what I've just done. But you know what? Again, it's fine. I don't even care that much. I'm not going to sit around and pretend that what I did was wrong and that I should try to overcompensate for it. Nope. We are not going to do that. At least it'll make the two different figures a lot easier to differentiate. Complete accident, but we're going to work with it. Alright. I shouldn't. Just got to roll with it. And then, of course, has to be read out loud. You're such a gem. A human being, a friend. To millions who share... Okay. My eyes are awful. And so is my computer screen. That's okay. We're going to work through it. We're going to have a lot of adjustments to make. I need to let this set because if I keep adding paint right now, I'm going to ruin the things that I do have. But a couple more things to do.
Alright. Let's go ahead and get that filled back in. While we're at it, there we go. There we go. Yeah, there's some stuff here I'm going to have to fix. And that's okay. Because sometimes that's the way it goes. But I'm starting to make this a little more like a sketch and a little less like a painting. Taking some of this and making it a lot more angular. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to restore some of the sketchiness to this piece of artwork.
The angle on that is really weird. Really weird. But it is getting better. Oh, goodness. What color do I need? Oh, yeah, that's the color I need. I lost so much of that orange. I want some of it back. I want my orange back. I lost it. It darkened up too much. Which brush am I going to use for this? I have too many brushes. I have so many brushes. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit of white and a little bit of orange.
This is going to look better in a second here. Gotta kind of layer it in. Because if I just put it all in at once, it's going to be too much. But if I grab some black at the same time, work that in. There we go. That's going to help me fix some of that as I go further in. Yeah. Yep, this is going to help.
So I made that orange really bright again, but then I came back through and I've added some more on top of it and then kind of streaked it through with streaked it through with a variety of different things. Whites and browns and blacks, kind of getting that back in there, bringing some more of that out. It now has a little bit more motion to it. That motion, it's just, it reads a little different. I do still have some things to adjust. I have some other aspects of this that I would like to play with, because there's a lot of color and a lot of things going on. It's a lot of color, a lot of things going on. it is like really sketchy, and the design is not perfect. You know, these two characters are very different angles of their body, different shaping, position, all of that, different color palettes. So, yes, I have a lot to do still here. And we will get to all of it in its own time. I can't find the color I'd like. There's a lot of different colors I kind of want to put on here. There's a few different things I want to do with the design. I think what I'll have to do also is bring a few things back. Change some of my sketch lines again. But this is good. This is a really good place to have this at. It's a really good position to be in. I want to set it aside and start working on something else so that I can think on this and let it dry. So that might actually be one of the next steps for me, is to kind of put this one on hold and then give it time so I can think about the direction I want to take it in from here. Yeah. I mean, I have other paintings that I need to work on. I have drawings that I need to work on. I have lots of things I need to work on. But I get to a point where I've already done so much for a single piece that I'm not sure, like, do I need to do more? Am I good here? Thank you so much, and, thank you for being here. What I think I'm going to do is, because a lot of the background, the hair and everything's really wet, the skin, that paint is still really wet. I think I'm going to let this one rest while I give it some consideration onto what is next. What is next for this piece? I still have another really big piece. Hold on. I gotta do this before I forget, because if I forget this, if I forget to lock this into place, that will be bad. So we're not gonna forget that. What is wrong with this lock? What is wrong with this lock? There we go. There we go. Locked into place. I had to figure that out. That's awful. So I still have some other pieces that I want to work on. And I don't know if I'm going to get to any of those today. I have this really big piece that I started a few weeks ago. And it's enormous. I need to get back to that. I actually have a huge piece up on the wall right now that I do need to get back to. Because I started, I have not finished it yet. It's huge. That's back there. You can't see it from this angle, but it's another huge piece. I have that to get back to at some point in time. I have a couple other works in progress and some drawings and so much else to get to. But no matter where you are watching this, whether you're watching it on Twitch while we're live, whether you're catching the replay, or you're seeing this on Twitter or LinkedIn or YouTube, please let me know things that you would like to see. If there's other paintings I've been doing in the past that you'd like to see me work on, or if you'd like to see some more of the abstract paintings that I've done in the past, we can do those different things. Please let me know no matter where you join me. But I'm going to wish you an absolutely marvelous Saturday. Thank you for joining me. Be well. Be excellent, my friends. And I will see you all again really soon. I'll probably be streaming either tomorrow or Monday as well. Um, so keep your eyes open. We are going to get back to a more frequent streaming schedule. I just don't know what that looks like yet. Be excellent, my friends, and I'll see you all again soon. Happy Saturday.